If there's one thing that you can say about Alola, it's that it's unique. Not only does it have the tropical island setting, but it's got a lot of unique Pokemon to its name, as well as the one-of-a-kind island challenge. It's also got a bunch of really cool facts and trivia hiding behind its rays of sunshine and moonlight. And that is exactly what we're going to be looking at today. What makes this all possible, though, is the support from you guys, which is why I'm going to take like 10 seconds to sponsor myself and tell you to go check out my Pokemon remixes if you haven't yet. They're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, as well as other streaming services, and listening to my tunes really supports the channel in a big way. Plus, I also just dropped a new album if you haven't heard, and I'm doing a giveaway of a copy of the Sinnoh remakes for every 5,000 new listeners I can get on Spotify by the time the games come out. So go throw something of mine in your playlist and help me give away some games while also helping the channel at the same time. I would really appreciate it. And now, on to the facts. One of the biggest new features the Alola games introduced was regional variants, and there is a super interesting fact concerning them that can also be easy to miss or just plain forget about. Whenever one of your Pokemon is evolving into an Alolan form, or whenever you're hatching an Alolan form out of an egg, the background of the evolution/egg hatching sequence will be a different color. In the evolution's case, the background is green instead of blue, and in the egg's case, the background is blue instead of the usual yellow. On top of that, the classic evolution music that plays during these scenarios is also different for the Alolan forms as well. Moving along, there's also something to note about the player characters as well. The protagonists of the Alola games are officially known as Elio and Celine, but they have had a number of different names as well, even those that got cut from the final product. During the promotional period of the games, Elio was referred to as Sun for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and was given the name Ray prior to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon's release. Likewise, for Celine, she was known as Moon prior to Sun and Moon's release, and Ailey during Ultra Sun and Moon's promotion. However, both of these characters also had one more intended name that never surfaced officially in any capacity. Internal data within the Alola games also refers to Elio as Kai and Celine as Lana, which ultimately ended up as the name for the Water-type Trial Captain instead. Another signature feature that came out of the Alola games was the Rotom Pokédex. While it has become somewhat standard practice with things like the Rotom phone also being introduced since then, it was a pretty wild inclusion at the time to have Rotom literally inhabiting your Pokédex throughout your adventure. However, something that is extremely ironic about this situation is that despite literally being a Rotom, the Rotom Pokédex is unable to provide any information on Rotom itself, as it does not have a Pokédex entry in the Gen 7 games. Additionally, yet another interesting fact about the Rotom Pokédex is that it was actually confirmed to have a type. Despite not being able to battle like the other Rotom forms, Ash's Rotom phone in the anime confirmed that the Rotom Pokédex is pure electric type, which also implies that it could actually battle if it really wanted to. As is customary for Pokemon games, during Sun and Moon's promotion, some insight was given on the game's development by Junichi Masuda and director Shigeru Omori via various interviews. One thing that Masuda revealed in one of these interviews, specifically with Game Informer, is that during development, every Pokemon is given a code name and is referred to by their code name instead of their actual name. Masuda is quoted as saying that, "We definitely forget a lot of Pokemon names quite a bit. One of the reasons for that is that while developing the game, we call all the Pokemon by code names. We don't often remember the final names of the Pokemon." When asked by Game Informer if Masuda could share any of the code names, he stated, quote, "I can't really say too much because they're development code names. Back in the early days, we got a little more creative with the development names, but these days it's a lot more plain. Like for example, Crabrawler's codename was just Crab1, so it wasn't anything special. In addition to Crabrawler's codename, the codenames of Meltan and Melmetal were also revealed in a leak of an early build of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where they were known as Rare Metal 1 and Rare Metal 2, respectively. Another thing that Game Informer asked in this same interview regarding the development of Sun and Moon concerned the abundance of vehicles in the game's reveal trailer. There were a variety of vehicles shown off, such as a pickup truck, an ambulance, and even a fire truck, which implied there might be some type of game mechanic surrounding them. This, of course, never came to fruition, but in the interview, Shigeru Omori hinted that it was planned, but wasn't able to be pulled off for some reason. He stated that we really wanted to kind of re-examine or put the focus again on the relationship between humans and Pokemon and come up with a lot of different ideas about how they might interact with each other and the world. How they might, for example, work together or live together. So a lot of conceptual art pieces in the beginning stages showed maybe humans would be using vehicles and the Pokemon would be riding in them. As development went on, we kind of settled in terms of getting around in the game using the Pokemon Ride feature, where you can ride on a variety of different Pokemon. This statement insinuates that there were initially bigger plans for transportation in the game, and that the Pokeride feature that we do see was sort of a backup plan to a larger vehicle-based system that had to be scrapped, possibly due to technical limitations or other various factors. In other interviews, Omori also revealed how and why Hawaii was chosen as the basis for the Alola region that would be the setting of Sun and Moon. In an interview with Nintendo of Europe, Omori mentioned that one of the big themes of the games is life, and from this theme, the name of the games, Pokemon Sun and Moon, emerged, as the Sun and Moon are very important to all life on Earth. Following up that remark, Omori says that, quote, "So we thought, where is an area where both of these are visible and have a big influence? A place that came to mind was Hawaii." This actually contrasts how the games of the next generation, Pokemon Sword and Shield, got their names, as in an interview with Game Informer, Game Freak stated that the names of Sword and Shield came about last minute, and were derived simply from the box art legendaries Zacian and Zamazenta. One of the most hated things about the Alola games is definitely the Festival Plaza. The Festival Plaza is where you go to do online battles and trades, and it has other features as well, and pretty much everyone hated it as it made the process of battling online and trading a lot more arduous than it needed to be. The origin of the Festival Plaza was actually revealed by Shigeru Omori in yet another interview, this time with US Gamer, and Omori revealed that it was actually inspired by another feature that, conversely, was very well received, that being the Join Avenue from Black and White 2. On the subject, Omori said, quote, "The person who came up with the Festival Plaza was the same person who designed the Join Avenue, and they really wanted to find a way to make an improved version of the Join Avenue." Well, I really hate to say this because it makes me feel bad, but that definitely did not happen with the Festival Plaza, unfortunately. But you know what? It's not the end of the world. Every now and then, everyone has something they tried and failed at. So, mystery Game Freak developer, don't worry, I'm sure you'll hit it out of the park next time. Sometimes in Pokemon games, Easter eggs and references can be hiding in the most inconspicuous places, and Pokemon Sun and Moon are no exception. Believe it or not, the helmet that the player wears whenever they are doing a Pokeride is based on the coloration of Hawlucha of all things, and in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the helmet is based on the coloration of Shiny Hawlucha. Next up, we've got some music-related facts, because is it really a genuine Hoops and Hip Hop video without music? In 2016, at the Japan Expo in France, Junichi Masuda actually shared an unused piece of music from Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is very likely an early version of the Elite Four battle theme based on its similar sound and the fact that the track was titled Boss Battle Theme. Take a listen to the similarities for yourself. Another Alola-related music fact is a very cool one, and it concerns Gladion's battle theme. Gladion has one of the coolest battle themes in the game, but believe it or not, it's actually a remix of a theme from Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue Rescue Team, specifically the Farewell theme. Interestingly, it's possible that this may have some symbolism to it, as Gladion's backstory revolves around him leaving his family and the Ether Paradise and taking Type Null with him, which fits with the title of the original Mystery Dungeon track. And those were facts that you may not have known about Alola. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe and leave a like and a comment because it really helps, and with that said, I'll be back very soon with another video. Until then, as always, thank you guys for watching, I love you very much, and I will smell you guys later.